Good on, 40 feet. Hi, how you doing? I hope you're well. There's a good little list here, is there not? So, what I wanted to do tonight was just reverse what I normally do. I normally talk about the kind of pitfalls of low self-esteem. What I want to do is champion healthy self-esteem. So, what I want to do is go through this little list. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. I hope you're not going too crazy in your home ed enforced. What's the word? Anyway, staying at home. So I hope you're well. So I'm going to start with love. So these are the five key areas. Five key areas where you need healthy self-esteem. Why healthy self-esteem is so important to a fulfilled life. So first one, love. That's an easy one, is it not? Finding love, finding true love, finding love that's balanced, finding love that's from someone that supports you, regardless of whether it's in their interest or not, regardless of whether they agree with it, regardless of whether unconditional support, that unconditional love, that kind of love and support and balance, regardless of whether it fits in with them or their attitude or their approach or their beliefs or they'll encourage you to do what you want. You're only going to attract that kind of love from somebody else that has healthy self-esteem, so that's why healthy self-esteem is so important if you want, fulfilled love. And don't we all? We all want that. But it doesn't just stop there. We want that for our children. If you're a parent, you want that for your children. Guess what? You can only have that, or your children can only have that if they model it off you. So healthy self-esteem is so important for the kind of cornerstone of what we all want, that companionship, that love, that's given back. It's not in an imbalance, that it's balanced love. And that's such a special and a wonderful thing. And that's only available through healthy self-esteem. So healthy self-esteem is so important. And by the way, I will put the test if you want to test your healthy self-esteem. So healthy self-esteem will come across 19 up to 30. That's on the score, the range. So I'll put that in the comments below. Health. Now, that's an important one at the minute, isn't it, with everything that's going on? But your health, now it might sound strange, but you are only going to put yourself first and really look after your body, your temple, if you have healthy self-esteem. So many people put things off, but if you have healthy self-esteem, self-regard, then you're going to make time, because we all have the same time. Some people do crazy things. Excuse me. Some people do crazy things. Hello, mummy. Crazy things. I'm just thinking of like Richard Branson, for example. Tony Robbins. People that achieve a crazy amount of things. They have the same time as us, do they not? So health is so important. You've got one body. All this stuff. Yet so many people don't put themselves first enough to look after themselves. And ironically, it's the leaky bucket and abundance syndrome. You can help and serve more people when you look after yourself first. And it's healthy self-esteem that will help you get that. All right. With low self-esteem, you won't be doing that, But with healthy self-esteem, you do what is needed to get to where you want to get, whether you just want to be fit and healthy, or whether you want to have a particular shape and style of body, or whether you want to do a particular event, or whatever it is. Healthy self-esteem will help you maintain that and achieve and maintain that, and looking after your health. And guess what? You're going to be able to model that to your kids as well. I've got a bit of a theme going on. That wasn't intentional, but it is. Wealth. Now, this is a really interesting wealth in both meanings. Okay, so money. Money's useful, very useful. There's nothing wrong with money. You can exchange it for so many things. You can do good with money, but it has to be in balance with your kind of spiritual wealth, whether it's a religious or whatever that means to you. But you can be incredibly wealthy financially, but a real arse. And maybe you can think of a few. Let me just. You can be an arse, a rich arse, and that's no good. You need this balance. And you can be a very poor, spiritually wealthy person. Very humble, very grateful, but no money. And that's not. I'm not saying money is the be all and end all, but it helps. In this, what's the commercial world we live in? You can do things with it. You can exchange. You can do good with it. You can make yourself comfortable. But beyond that, it's the things you can do beyond that are cool. So it's like so many things. Having this balance of wealth Guess what helps you achieve that? Healthy self-esteem. Because people with low self-esteem, they might sort of have negative attitudes towards financial wealth, because that's what they've been brought up with and around. So they haven't got that imprint of investing and looking after their money. They haven't. People that might be spiritually wealthy might be the loveliest, most giving people, but it's leaky bucket syndrome. They give to at the extent of and the cost of themselves. So that balance, that's a place to get to, that you get to with healthy self-esteem. It's certainly not about arrogance and making tons of money at the cost of forsaking other people and cutting other people up to get it. Stabbing people in the back. I think that's what I was thinking of. So it's that balance of wealth, and guess what? That comes with healthy self-esteem. That's why it's so important to have healthy self-esteem. Happiness. What's that joke? Happiness. Anyway. Maybe I'm thinking of MBTI, psychometric tool. So moving on. Happiness is we know that comes from within. You create your happiness. You can be the richest person or the poorest person. Poorest person could be happier, much happier than money doesn't buy you happiness. So the happiness comes from within. Well, guess what? Why is healthy self-esteem so key to happiness? Because you can be happy and low self-esteem, but are you truly happy? No, because you're so down on yourself. How can you be happy if you're truly happy, rather, if you're down on yourself? When you're elevated and I'm not talking about arrogance or an inflated ego or anything like that, but when you have a good, healthy self-worth, you can spread joy to everybody else without it costing you. That's the abundance, coming from abundance rather than leaky bucket syndrome. I hope that makes sense. And if you know that, it's over there. My pictures of that recently. So it's not about being leaky bucket. It's about coming from a point of abundance. And you can make yourself happy at any time because you do it. You can control that 100%, even though you might not always have it like that, or circumstances happen that certainly are difficult to deal with. I completely get that. And the last one, contribution. Healthy self-esteem. This is definitely the abundance bit, the overfloweth from the bucket rather than the leaky bucket syndrome. When you have all these things in balance, these 5 key elements to life, in terms of healthy self-esteem, then you can really give to other people. You've got that, the things you need or want or desire kind of ticked off. Then you can help and serve other people. You can help other people in whatever way it is. Think of all the people that resonate with you. And the world is full of diversity, which is a wonderful thing. Think of the people that matter to you, the values that you have that matter to you. If only you could. What's that? What would your contribution be if you were in a position to be able to to contribute to others? Genuinely. In a big way, impact the world, or a small part of the world, or a community, or a small community, whatever it is that you could give to others. This sense of contribution, I think, is a wonderful thing that humans can do, and I've seen quite a lot of that recently, and I'm sure we'll see over the coming months much more of that, which is a lovely thing. So the point of oh no, this is pointing thing. The love. You need healthy self-esteem to truly kind of love yourself, to be lovable, to consider yourself lovable, to find the love of your life. The healthy self-esteem. Healthy self-esteem for your health is so important, to put yourself first, to be able to look after yourself and put yourself first. It's such a overused expression, but it's so important. And only healthy self-esteem will get you there. Wealth, the balance of wealth between having that financial and going for it and achieving it and then being able to do good things with it, but the spiritual wealth, the balance of happiness, gratitude, and everything else that goes along with that. Keeping your feet on the floor, not losing sight of where you came from, and everything like that. So the wealth, being a wealthy person, healthy self-esteem is so key for that. Happiness. I think it's a lovely thing. You can be happy as a pig in shit, can't you? But is that true happiness? Because if you are truly happy, then surely you can turn that to other people and do good for other people, and that comes down to kind of the contribution bit. But people can settle in quite a low term because they can't see a way to be more, have more, do more. And that comes from the healthy self-esteem. When you have a healthy self-esteem, you don't put limits on yourself. You don't say, oh no, I'm not good enough, I can't do that, I can't, it's like, wow, could I really push yourself, work hard, and you can achieve anything. All right, and that's where healthy self-esteem is so important for these 5 key elements. And contribution. what could you do if you could? What comes to mind? Maybe you know it already, maybe you're doing it already, but what comes to mind? How could you serve people? How could you serve what's getting me emotional? Because I know mine, you know? So what is yours? What comes to mind for you? What could you do if would you do rather if you could? And that's a lovely thing, is it not? So what I want to do is kind of leave it there, but just float that there. These times, lots of different stuff going around. So in terms of ideas and get busy with all the things that you've been putting off, whether it's starting a business, whether it's reading up on the books you haven't you haven't made time for, whether it's getting yourself in a healthy. I was going to say regard, a healthy state, whether it's, doing the courses that you bought but never did, whether it's, growing your healthy self-esteem. And I'll put the test in the comments below if you haven't tasted or you're curious, So as I say, kind of 19 is on the low side. Sort of, I'd say 20, 21 is cool. And then it goes up to 30. If you're getting 30, you got maybe a high opinion of yourself, but that's the range for the healthy self-esteem. So just to let you know, and I hope that's interesting. Hope that's useful. Stay safe, everybody, and let's see how the human creativity and contribution unfolds, because I think it's very interesting times for that. But obviously, wishing you all well and stay safe. Lots of love. Bye bye.